Another shooting, another terrorist act, another right-winger extremist. So this is not a surprise. This happens all the time. And calling it by its name, right-wing extremism and terrorism, is the right thing to do. I heard that from the right wing. You got to call it by its name. I heard that a million times. So I told you guys that Anti-Defamation League over the last decade tracked extremism in America. 71% of the murders were by right-wing extremists, 26% by Muslim extremists, about 4% for left-wing and all other extremists combined. So is it 50-50? No. Is it a left-wing mob? No. That's people talking to politicians. The right-wing, violence, bombs, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Now, a synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. It's stomach churning. It's heartbreaking. It's insanity. Here it is. Fascism at our doorstep. 11 people dead, 6 people injured, and yet again, an AR-15. So I don't know if the right wing takes any pride in that their latest MAGA bomber didn't use a gun. He used bombs. But this guy, Robert Bowers, visited alt-right websites, believed in the same right-wing conspiracy theories, pushed not only by the alt-right, but by Republican congressmen and Donald Trump and the Republican Party at large. Again, these are not exaggerations. These are facts. I'll give you the specific examples in a second. By the way, it was 71% before this shooting. Now, after the shooting, it'll be way higher. The percentage of people killed by extremists in this country in the last decade is now over 3/4 because of right-wing extremists. So when are we going to do something about it? And by do something, I don't mean like the lunatics on the right. I mean law enforcement gets serious about right-wing extremists in this country and begins to take action, not against their opinions, which is, they love to hide behind it. Well, hey, I have a right to say that the Jews control everything, that they control the banks, they control the media, they control the caravan. I have a right to say it. Yeah, I know, it's America. You do have a right to say it. But then you guys keep egging on violence. So the FBI should be all over the right wing to look for signs of violence. Because Robert Bowers, before he went to go do that shooting, he didn't say just that he didn't like the Jews or that the Jews were causing the problems. He's been saying that all along. Right before the shooting, he said, I'm going in. He said, screw the optics, I'm going in. See, I don't, look, FBI is a very, very hard job. And they're doing a good job of catching people, local law enforcement in this case, and the FBI in the case of the bomber, etc. But man, my God, guys, we got to fight back. This is an epidemic of violence from the right. And I am so sick of their propaganda as they blame the left for actually speaking out to politicians while they're sending bombs and bullets. Call it what it is. That's exactly what happened. So what, was it really egged on by the Republicans? Yes, Matt Gaetz went on there, went public. That's a congressman from Florida, and said, oh, it's Soros paying those guys in the caravan coming in, and he's making them do it. That's an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. The Jews control everything. They're bringing in these illegal invaders. And guess what? Robert Bowers said right before he went to go shoot up a synagogue, these Jews are bringing in foreign invaders, and somebody's got to do something about it. I'm going in, okay? Now, what does Trump say all the time? Oh, the caravan, and it's being funded by the Democrats. Democrats wanted to come in. The Republican Party is running ads in 2 different campaigns. We showed it to you at the end of last week or in the middle of last week, where even after the bomb went to Soros's house, they ran an ad saying that Soros is behind everything and it's his fault. Look, there's 1,000 terrible things about them. And let's just note the irony that their donors buy everything under the sun. They buy all their politicians. And then they turn around and go, oh, I can't believe Soros is putting money into politics. All your donors put money into politics. And then they turn around and blame everything on Soros. Why? Because they're anti-Semitic, and they know that the alt-right, and unfortunately a decent chunk of the right wing in this country, can't wait for conspiracy theories like that. What did Alex Jones say? He put up pictures of Jewish people in the media and people he thought were Jewish and talked about how, they're coming after your kids and they run the banks. How are the guys in the media running the banks? Because that's one of the oldest anti-Semitic conspiracy theories there is. He even did blood libel there. And so then the Republicans all over their media, the caravan is being sent by Soros, everything's done by Soros. Next thing you know, there's a bomb in Soros's house. Look, politically, I am largely against Soros. Why? Because he is on the establishment Democratic side. That's the side we fight all the time. He likely gives money to those establishment candidates in the primaries, okay? I don't care. You don't do crazy, insane conspiracy theories. You fight politics with politics, not with bombs and bullets. But the right wing has no bounds anymore. So Donald Trump today with a BS speech about, all of a sudden he's concerned about anti-Semitism. By the way, why? It was on a prompter. They can't even trust him. Nothing else is in the prompter. He goes to his rallies and he does his WWE type speech, and it's not on a prompter. But when it's something like this, got to put it on the prompter for the baby, because if he goes off script, he's going to say something terrible, like when he did in Charlottesville. After Heather Heyer was murdered there, they chanted through the streets of Charlottesville, chanting, "The Jews will not replace us." Do you know that they surrounded a synagogue in Charlottesville, those neo-Nazis in Charlottesville? And what did Donald Trump say afterwards? There are good people on both sides. Gee, I wonder if they egged it on. And he and the Republican Party, they're running ads today. Soros, Soros, Soros. And you know how the globalist elite run things. These are the oldest anti-Semitic conspiracy theories there are. And I'm sick of the press calling everything even. They take what is actual grievances by the people about their representatives and equate it to these monsters. And now 11 more people are dead. And again, they'll do nothing about gun violence. And again, they will go on and talk about how Soros runs everything. And you got to make sure, in this case, it was a Hebrew organization that was helping immigrants, the best people on earth, reaching out to those that are not in their community, that are not part of their ethnicity. But they were going to help them anyway because they're the most decent people on earth, the people running that charity. And what did the right wing do? They said, the Jewish charity. You got to make sure that you go get them. And hey, congratulations. One of you went and got them. God damn it, man. You got to stop egging people on with violence. But they won't do it. And so now Trump says it today, and just like I told you with the bomber, he can't help himself. For the first day with the bomber, he talked about, we have to be careful about the bombing, and that's not a good thing. It was on a teleprompter. We showed you that it was on a teleprompter. The minute he goes off the prompter the next day, he's like, maybe I should tone it up. Maybe I should tone it up. You know, and then what do they do? The guy who did the bombings had a CNN Sucks bumper sticker and a poster at a Trump rally. That day at the Trump rally, after the bomber was caught and we knew who he was and what his bumper stickers were and what his posters were, they chanted CNN Sucks over and over again. You think he's discouraging the violence? He tells people in rallies, go punch them in the face, go commit assaults, and I'll pay your legal bills. And you say, that was in the campaign. No, it's not in the campaign. He just did it in Montana. He said, this guy, Gianforte, he assaulted a reporter. That's my kind of guy. The kind of guy who does a violent assault on the media. That's my kind of guy, he said. And so yet again, more right-wing violence. We know where it's coming from. And now our brothers and sisters are dead in Pittsburgh. And there'll be a momentary lapse. And then I guarantee you by tomorrow, Trump's back at it again. Well, look, there's Soros and etc. And I can't believe it. It's the caravan. And these foreign invaders are coming for you. And then he turns around like, me? Like talking about foreign people who might do violence. You know what Robert Bowers said? He said, I can't sit around and wait to see our people be slaughtered. Who's getting slaughtered? The caravan's not even here. All of this is ginned up by Fox News and Republican congressmen like Matt Gaetz and Donald Trump over and over and over again. And now you got blood in the streets and bombs in the mail. And then, for God's sake, media, stop calling it even. It ain't even. It's the right wing that's doing it. It's the right wing that does tremendous, out-of-control violence over and over again. And it's not just anecdotal and it's not just recent. It's in the statistics. It's in the facts. God damn it, report the truth. You give me this horse crap about calling it even. Well, they say left-wing mob and the other guys put bombs and bullets in. No, it's not even. Look at the goddamn numbers and do your goddamn job before more people die.